Hi everybody, this is my lesson 23 worksheet. Yeah, let's just get started. Nothing much to cover. These kind of look like number theory problems. If you're not aware what number theory is kind of just the basis behind how numbers work, or to give like a Google style definition, it's a branch of pure mathematics devoted primarily to the study of the integers and arithmetic functions, which is basically saying, oh, let's look at this equation. Oh, it doesn't look right. Let's figure it out. Which of the following is a prime number? If you don't know already, a prime number is a number that cannot be found by multiplying any two other numbers except for 1 and itself. For example, a very common prime number is 2. You can only get 2 through multiplication by multiplying 2 times 1. Can't get it any other way. So 2 is known as a prime number. The prime number out of this set is C. Yeah, C. 29. All these other numbers you can make with other numbers instead of just 1 and itself. 16, for example, you can make with 8 and 2. 21, you can make with 7 and 3. And 40, you can make with 20 and 2. What is the greatest common factor, GCF, of 24 and 36? So 24 and 36, the moment I look at them, the biggest thing I see is that they're both multiples of 12. But if you don't have this kind of math brain kind of trained just to look out for these greatest common factors, as you might have in algebra if you haven't covered that yet, then what you can do is just kind of just divide. Any even number is automatically divisible by 2. So that's a good starting point. Let's say you have like, I don't know, like 2 and like 96. We know that 2 is a prime number and that you can only multiply it, or you can only get it by using 2 and 1. So 2 and 1 are its only factors. So automatically here, the greatest common factor becomes 2. You can always start with that. And you can just slowly work your way up other common factors. Like if I had like 24 and 36 per se, I can do 6 and 4 and 6 and 6. And I can keep going from there until I reach 12. Question number 3. The store is having a 25% off sale. If a jacket originally cost $60, how much will it cost after discount? Wow, math. I love math. Okay, let's cover how I did that. Imagine that the jacket cost $60. Without the sale, I'd just multiply it by 1, right? Because 60 is 60. If it says 60 on the price tag, you buy it for $60. That's how it works. However, the jacket is currently 25% off. So now this 1 becomes something new because 60 shouldn't equal 60 anymore. 60 should equal 45. How do you figure out what the 1 has to become? Well, you can imagine 1 as 100%. But to get 1 to 100, what do you need to do? Multiply it by 100. 25% off of 100, 100 minus 25, if I were to say it in a different way, is 75%. This 75% divided by 100, because in this style of equation, 75% is over here, percent always goes on the right hand side. 75% divided by 100 is equal to 0.75. So instead of multiplying by 100%, you just multiply for 75%, and then you get 45. That's how I did that math. Which fraction is equivalent to 0.75? Ooh, good topic. 3/4. Why? 1/4 is 0.25. 2/4 is 0.5. 3/4 is 0.75. 4/4 is just 1. Because, yeah, that's how fractions work. Nice. Smiley face. If a triangle has angles measuring 35 and 75, what is the measure of the third angle? Well, we already know that the formula to figure out how much the total, we already know that the formula to figure out the total interior measure of the angles of any shape is n minus 1. N stands for sides on the shape times 180. No, times 90, sorry. So a triangle has how many shapes? or sorry, a triangle has how many sides? 3. 3 minus 1 is 2. 2 times 90 is 180. That's the total angle measure. 180 minus 75 is 105. Minus 35 is 70. Final question. Scratch me, baby. A recipe calls for 2.5 cups of flour. If you want to make half the recipe, how much flour do you need? Well, 2.5 cups of flour, you want to make half the recipe. You just divide 2.5 cups of flour by 2. But how do you do that? Because it's an improper fraction. No one wants to mess with these things. Or it's a mixed number, sorry. What you want to do is make it an improper fraction. 2 times 2 is 4, so you just put 4 plus 1 on top, which is 5 over 2. 5 over 2 and 2 1/2 are essentially the same thing if you haven't learned that yet. And using 5 halves, you have to divide this by 2, or per se 2 over 1. But when you divide fractions, you flip the bottom fraction. That's called getting the reciprocal. And then you just multiply. This, what is it? Let me get a different color out. This is the same thing as this. So 5 times 1 is 5, and 2 times 2 is 4. 5/4. But 5/4 isn't the answer choices. That's because you have to simplify, make it a mixed number. Thank you for listening. That'll be all.